Hello, everyone, and welcome to our channel, The Divine City. We hope that you liked our first video. And today we are continuing with our Bhagavad Gita series. So, today we'll be discussing chapter 4. And to give more insight on our this video, I'll hand it over to Rohit and give it to Ramcharan, and I'll conclude the video. Thank you all for subscribing as well.
I'm going to take it from here. Thank you, Vinny. So basically, we are going to deal with the fourth chapter right now. In our series, Decoding Bhagavad Gita, we are actually trying to showcase a lesser known side of the text Bhagavad Gita, a lesser known side of such Purans, so that people can have a better understanding and a more nuanced approach of what these books have in store. And as people were studying chemical engineering, all three of us are doing chemical engineering, and we know how irritating it is to, you know, when people assume that we study chemistry all the time, or when people have misconceptions about us. And it is a pretty similar feeling when I see people have misconceptions about Bhagavad Gita. It has many practical things that people don't talk about, or people simply do not know about. So we are just trying to show the different aspects. So in the last session, we had dealt with the first three chapters. In case if you haven't seen that, I suggest that you see that video. It is there in the description. The link is there in the description below. And right now, we are going to deal with the fourth chapter, and we're going to see what the chapter is all about. So Ramcharan is going to begin with his take on the chapter, and the both of us shall continue afterwards.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. So my favorite part starts from this chapter. So, in this chapter, Krishna basically reveals that even though worship or sacrifice has many paths, or these paths are just subsets of the main path of right action. So, what is the main outcome of this main path? It's wisdom. So choosing the right teacher isn't of trivial importance. So one important point in this chapter is that even though there are many paths to God, Krishna is stressing about the path of right action, and other paths are born out of this primary path of action. So this path varies from person to person and from situation to situation. So there's also a twist. So when we look at the fourth chapter, there's we can also find a twist where Krishna tells that right action leads to wisdom, right? But there were also instances where he told that the thirst for knowledge, like whenever anyone has a huge thirst for knowledge, will actually extend the delusion of ego and obsession to senses. But what we must understand is that wisdom is gained by following the right path. Like wisdom which is gained by following the right path is actually a separate concept, right? So this type of knowledge, what is mentioned here, is not the one that comes by concentrating or learning for the purpose of self advancement, but this knowledge is about seeing the ultimate reality through the dense fog of illusion created by the senses and understanding the nature and purpose of our existence. So this was my insight on this chapter. So yeah, so now I'd like to pass on to Rohit about his insight. Yeah.
Thank you, Ramcharan. So I'm going to take on from here. Uh, as Ramcharan had stated, that there are various paths that a person can take on the road to salvation. The basic concept lies behind the diversity that we see. Although the Atma is the same, each Atma or each individual spiritual consciousness is bestowed into a different physical body, right? Different physical bodies are containing the same Atma. So the Atma is also expressed in a different way in the world. So God had said that with respect to the kind of body you have received, with respect to the kind of life you're living, you shall have a different pathway, something that suits you, something that complements your requirements and your orientation. Hence, there are various different margams. There is the Bhakti Margam, the Gnana Margam, the Yoga Margam, the Karma Margam. So, we look at the Karma Margam over here. He talks to Arjuna about the importance of doing his duty in order to propagate Dharma. For some people, it is very important that they do the tapasya in order to propagate dharma. For some people, it is important to gain knowledge and spread that knowledge to do dharma. Like Bharadwaja Maharshi, he gained so much knowledge and he always spent his time on spreading that knowledge, propagating that knowledge for the good of others. So there are different ways in which you do dharma or you facilitate the propagation of dharma. So this is something that Sri Krishna was talking about, the importance of karma yoga. And what he was saying was, if you come to a world, you should do justice to the world. In the world, you should respect the relations that you have. If I'm just renouncing everything just for the sake of meeting the God, then I'm not being a very responsible person, am I? I should do justice to all the relations that I have. I should be respectful. I should fulfill my responsibilities, and then I may go to a different margam. But I have so many responsibilities, and I simply deny or denounce those responsibilities. Then I'm in no way going to reach the Almighty, right? So that is the dilemma Arjuna went through, and that is the dilemma that Shri Krishna, with a lot of tact, was able to deal. So I'm going to turn to Vineet to elaborate more on how Krishna did all that and more on karma.
Thank you, Rohit, and thank you, Ramcharan. I think you gave some beautiful insights of the fourth chapter. So, like, as we have seen throughout the first, the second, and the third chapter, the second and towards the end of the second chapter and the entire third chapter, Shri Krishna talks about karma yoga, right? So, what is so how you should do your karma? He defines that we should not be attached to the material things and perform our duties because it's our duty to perform the things. But then we have in mind what is karma in itself, right? So in this chapter, Sri Krishna tells three main types of karma. So you have the karam, you have the vikram, and you have the akaram. So you have karam is something that you do uh, to to achieve your duties. Vikram is something which is sinful, which you shouldn't perform, and it's unrighteous. And akaram is something which you do only for the sake of God. That's why akaram is shresht from karam because it directly leads you towards the Lord Himself. And then Sri Krishna, when he defines these things, he also defines the path to karma, the way to do karma. You have given me the medicine, right? But the process to take that medicine, you don't know. So you should take it before food, or you should take it after your lunch, right? So Shri Krishna is giving that. So he tells Arjun, unless and until you make a sacrifice, your karmas have no value. It has zero value in it. So whatever you do, there's a very beautiful line in the fourth chapter. If someone reads it, it talks about that a learned man will always surrender his every breath to the Lord. He will surrender every action and also his every breath with that action. He will surrender to the Lord. So if a learned man achieves that state, he's called a Karunagi. And he talks about various sacrifices that you should do. Sacrifice doesn't mean taking an animal, cutting it. That is not a sacrifice. You do your duty as a yajna. Shri Krishna, in the Bhagwat Gita, Shri Krishna is giving that message itself. Your life itself is a yajna. And you should perform your duties as you're giving sacrifices for a greater cause. So that is will make your karma sinless, and also you will be not uh, obligated to get the fruits of that. So this is what basically the fourth chapter deals with. It talks about the various types of karmas and the various types of rituals or the sacrifices, I would rather say. And these sacrifices are not material sacrifices, they are the sacrifices that can be done within your body. that can be done from you in your mind to get the fruit. So that's what the fourth chapter talks about. So, on behalf of all of us, I would like to thank you all for watching this video of us. Please do like, share, and subscribe to Divine City. Thank you, everyone.